For any of the live-action segments I've used for these videos, I record with this 1996 RCA VHS-C camcorder to fully capture the glitz and glam of my humble abode. It takes a while, it's slow, inconvenient, but you know what, I don't think I should complain, because this is nothing compared to trying to capture an image or record a sound in the 1800s. That's right, if you wanted to take a picture of, say, a little kitty cat, you would have to invent a way to take said picture of said kitty cat. If you wanted to capture the subtle echo of a meow meow, gotta make the stuff to do that. There was a lot of experimentation with capturing light and audio during this time, and some of those experiments survive today. The ones that remain are the oldest recordings we have in history. So that's what this video is about. Starting right here, this is probably the first visual audio synchronized event, the earliest moment in history that has been fully captured in all its glory. Now, when this was first recorded, they didn't think it worked out too properly, and the audio was lost. And then somehow, decades later, somebody found it. Look at how much fun they're having. For context, this was filmed around the same time Nicholas II went into power, the modern Olympics didn't even exist yet, and Stalkovsky proposed the space elevator. Going back a few years, we have the first animated film. Well, one of the first 3 animated films. See, they were all a part of the same exhibition, all on the first movie projector. That's right, this thing right here. Birth of cinema. Lovely, lovely stuff. So, what's this? I'll tell you what it is. It's the oldest film that still exists. Kind of, I'll get to that later. It's pretty short, yeah, but you can tell what's going on. There's some people, there's a house, not a ton to go off of. So we talked about the picture shows, but how can we forget about sounds? Like film, it was pretty much just tests and experiments by this point. But unlike film, it's really hard to tell what's going on. Anyway, this clip is not even close to being one of the first recordings, but I love it anyways. So if you don't know what you just heard, it's a test on some equipment. Guy recites "Mary had a little lamb," notices something has gone horrifically wrong, yells "oh fuck," and then it just blows up or something. Line up those cameras, create some kick-ass shutter speeds, and ride off into the sunset, because this right here is the first motion picture ever captured. Man riding horse. Horse has hooves. And it's over. So if you can't tell, that was the song "Au clair de la lune," and to be honest, this little ditty sounds kinda iffy. Yeah, let's go away from that. This recording is about the closest we'll ever have to a decent recording from this time. Smooth jazz. Never felt so rough. So this is the 2 earliest audio recordings we have, and as you can guess, they sound pretty bad. This one is a guitar being strummed. Sure, why not? In this one, it sounds like this. Now we enter some of the early photographs. Here's a pretty lady. Here's a guy. Here's something horrifying. And this that actually looks pretty good. These photographs predate the discovery of Neptune, the invention of the telegram, the cracking of the Liberty Bell, and great auks were still alive. Now, these are not the first photographs ever taken, nor the oldest surviving, but trust me, beyond this, it's gonna get a little bit harder to distinguish what you're seeing. Imagine, you look outside a window of a house in France, you have cataracts, and you would see this. The earliest moment captured with real light in history that remains. Yeah, it's hard to make out what's going on, but let's edit it a bit. Okay, that's better. That's better. That's worse. Perfect. 200 years ago. Time flies when you're having fun. Okay, so this might be cheating, possibly the only person born in the 1700s to be captured on film. This was taken in 1905, which makes it the newest work I've talked about, but the woman was reportedly born in 1791. But either way, she is almost assuredly the first person born to ever be filmed. So you hear that, lady? You made history today. This is all really nice, seeing and hearing a world we only read about. These images and motion and sound, even just the pictures, it all gives a lot of context to how these were real people, not just storybook characters. Nowadays, everything is captured, recorded, and uploaded, so 200 years from now, people aren't going to have to look too hard to find out what great-great-great-great-grandpa was like in his heyday. Every historical moment, every reaction no longer lost to time. And that's something that we won't really be able to experience or even imagine. Even casual recordings of day-to-day life, the mundane, is pretty rare when we look back a few decades. So in 200 years, 300 years, 1,000 years, having these records of the past that are this detailed will probably have a pretty big impact in ways that we can't even imagine. So you know what? Record that video of that kitty cat doing the thing that the kitty cat do. Will people care about it right now? No one cares. But save it somewhere, and in a century or so, somebody might look back at you and think, wow, some things never change. And they'll go and they'll film their flying, talking future cat or some shit. This is Tyler of Knowledge Hub.